if you're someone who wants to make money while you're doing something that you deeply love and that you're super passionate about, but you've noticed that there's a belief, a thought pattern, a voice inside your head that has you thinking that you need to have it all figured out and you need to have all these fancy websites and you need to have brand pictures and all the things before you can actually get started. I'm here to let you know that that is absolutely not the case. On this video, I will share 3 things, only 3, that you actually need in order to start making money doing what you love. And the best part about this is that I guarantee that you already also have all the 3 things that I will be sharing on this video. So stay tuned if you want to make money doing something you love. If we haven't met before, let me real quick introduce myself and then let's get started with the video. My name is Nina, and if you're interested in topics like spiritual entrepreneurship, how to grow your business in a more feminine, intuitive, spiritual way, and how you can really embody your purpose more deeply and essentially do things that you love and make an impact and income while doing so, then remember to subscribe to this channel so that you will always get notifications whenever a new video is released. Now let's get on to our topic of the day. So I said in the beginning that I will share 3 things that you actually need in order for you to get started with making money doing something that you love. And I also said that you already have all these things. So what are these 3 things that you need and that you already have? And before we go into talking about the first one, I just want to say that many people, myself included, when I was dreaming of starting my own coaching business, and in the beginning of doing so, I thought that I needed to have everything figured out. I thought that I need to have a fancy website. I thought that I need to have an online presence. I thought that I need to have this and this and that and all the other things. And it felt super confusing and it felt chaotic and it felt like very overwhelming. Like there's so many things that I need to do just to get started. And the reason that I'm sharing this video is because I don't want you to get stuck in that overwhelm and that inaction that often comes with it, or the procrastination, just because you think that you need to have a ton of things figured out before you can get started, because that's just not the case. Like, sure, you can get started very complicated and you can use a lot of time on things that aren't necessarily the best use of your time, especially when you're getting started. But why do it the complicated way if you can do it easily? If you can actually enjoy the process, if you can get started quicker with these tips that I'm about to share with you. So if you want to make it complicated, by all means do that. I'm not here to tell you what you should or shouldn't do. You do whatever you feel is best for you. But if you want, you can also get started quite easily and quickly. I also want to preface this video by saying that if you're someone who just wants to make money and get more and just find another way to make money real fast, then this may not be the place for you. But if you're someone who wants to make an impact in other people's lives, if you're someone who wants to come from a place of serving and giving and love, and also increase your own wealth and generate an income through your gifts, then this probably is the place for you to be. So what is the first thing that you need and that you already have in order for you to start your own business, in order for you to start making money doing something that you love? That is obviously your gifts. You need to have something to offer to other people in order for you to receive an income doing something that you love. So this could look like things that you're passionate about, things that you're naturally good at, things that you're gifted and that you enjoy doing. Now, we all have something to offer to the world, and there's no one in the world that can offer the world what you came here to offer and that can do it in the same way that you're meant to be doing it. So please don't forget that. You're unique. There's no one like you. You have your own skills, gifts, talents that you're meant to bring to the world for the rest of us to enjoy them. So think about what might those things be that you're naturally good at or that you are passionate about and that you enjoy doing. What is something that you deeply love doing? And then how can you serve someone with those passions of yours? How can you give to others? How can you help others with your specific passions and your gifts? Now that's number one. And I guarantee that each and every one of us absolutely have things to offer to this world. You included, for sure. Now, if you feel like you have no clue what your gifts might be and what those things might be that you could do to offer value to other people and that you could also monetize, feel free to reach out and I can maybe help you with those things. Okay, so you have specific, unique gifts that you came to this world with and that you're meant to offer to the world. Hopefully, we're on the same page about that. Now, what's the second thing that you need in order for you to get started making money doing what you love and that you already also have? Well, obviously, when you have some offer, something that you can help others with, something that you can provide value to others with, you obviously need to have the people that want to receive those gifts and those offerings that you're offering to them. So let me ask you, do you know people? Do you have people in your life? Maybe coworkers, maybe friends of friends, your community where you're living, hobbies. Like, think as broadly as you can. Start looking at your life and all the people that are already in it. Now, all those people are potentially people that you can share your gifts with. Okay? So, who knows if you have a passion for energy healing and your coworker, completely without you knowing it, is actually wanting to try what energy healing is like. Or you have a coaching service that could very much help someone that you know, maybe a friend or someone that your friend knows, maybe your friend's sister or brother. Who knows? We don't know where the people are going to come into our lives from that we're meant to serve. So try to broaden your view and start seeing all the people in your life that you could potentially help with your offerings, with your services, with your gifts. And I guarantee that all of us have people in our lives. Each and every one of us have people in our lives that we could potentially serve with our gifts, as long as we let them know that we have specific offerings that we're offering to the world. So stop limiting yourself thinking no one wants what I have to offer or any similar limiting belief, because that's probably not true. I'm sure there are people in your communities that could benefit from whatever gifts you have and that would probably also want to receive those gifts from you. And that gets us to number 3, and that is you need to have the courage to share your gifts with the world. Now, how you do this, I don't know. Maybe it is you simply sharing about, like, hey, I had this new thing, I'm doing coaching now, and you're sharing that with your friends or your family or your co-workers. I don't know. That's up to you to know. But you need to have the courage to start. Just start speaking and sharing about your passions and the things that you love to do and the offerings that you want to offer to other people. Because if you don't, then how can they ever ask for them? How can they ever receive your gifts if you're keeping them hidden from other people? And the thing is, you might think that you don't have courage and that you feel nervous and awkward to share about your gifts, share about your offerings to the world, to other people. But I am sure, I'm absolutely certain that you do have the courage needed. It's just that you might have beliefs or maybe experiences that have left their mark on you, and that has you think that you don't have the courage. But underneath all your limiting beliefs and procrastination and self-doubt and inner criticism, underneath all of those layers of conditioning that are not you, that are things that you learned somewhere along your journey, that underneath all those limitations is actually courage. There's freedom, there's love, there's passion. So you actually already are incredibly courageous. You are courage. But you have momentarily maybe forgotten about that. And you think that you don't have the courage. But that's not actually true. That's a belief. That's a fear coming up. What if they'll reject me? What if they'll judge me? What if they'll ridicule me? What if they will... Who knows what these things are in your mind, but they often are very universal. And so what I invite you to do is inquire into those beliefs. Inquire into the belief that I don't have the courage. Well, are you sure you don't have the courage? Or is there a memory that comes up from your life when you actually were courageous, when you did do something that you needed courage for? And I'm sure that everyone can find at least one of these events in their lives when you did need courage and you did have it too. So inquire and question those beliefs and those fears that come up, because they're not true. They're not who you truly are. And this is what I mean when I say that business is a spiritual journey, that when we start to take action and go in the direction of our desires and our goals and our aspirations, what ends up happening is that life brings forth all the things that we get to look at within us, within ourselves, and that we get to change, heal, let go of in order for us to experience those things that we want to experience in our lives, that we can experience more fulfillment in our lives. And so even though you may feel nervous about sharing your gifts, even though you may feel like you don't have the courage, even though you may feel like no one's going to want to receive what I have to offer, remember that courage doesn't mean that you don't have any fears. Courage means that you do it anyway. Courage means that you may feel stressed and nervous and your palms might be sweaty and your legs might be a little bit shaky, and you do it anyways. Courage is not letting those fears run the show and make decisions for you, but it's being with that fear, allowing it to be here, to meet it with love and acceptance, and doing the thing that scares you. That's the only way we can grow. We cannot grow if we just remain in our own little comfort zone. So if you want to experience more fulfillment, if you want to start making money doing something that you love, if you want to bring your gifts to the world more fully, you're going to need to start facing some of these fears. You're going to need to start stepping out of your comfort zone and doing things that may feel uncomfortable in the beginning, but you'll grow into them. You'll get better at doing those things. You'll get better at sharing about your work with others. So, my invitation to you is to share your gifts, even if it feels scary. And I promise you do have the courage. So maybe today you can start contemplating on what those gifts are that you're meant to bring to the world. What are the things that you love doing that you could also package into offerings, services, products that benefit someone else? And who are the people in your communities that you could potentially offer those services or products to? And then just go ahead and do it. I know you have the courage. I know you can do it. And it doesn't matter if you do it while you feel a little bit nervous and scared. That's normal. That's human. But be with that human part of yourself. Nurture yourself. Give yourself love and understanding. And then do it anyways. That's my invitation to you today. So let's recap real quick what the 3 things are that you actually need in order to start making money doing something that you love. So number 1 was that you need to have something to offer to the world. So this is, your gifts, your skills, your passions. What are the things that you love doing that could also benefit other people? And I know that you do have these things, but I also know that sometimes it might feel hard to see them ourselves. And so that could be an invitation for you to contemplate on the things that you think that you are good at, and contemplate on the things that bring you joy and that you love doing. Like, what are the things that you would do anyways, regardless of if someone were to pay for that service or product? And if you still feel this task hard, like it's hard for you to see your gifts, then I also invite you to ask your loved ones, maybe ask your best friends, ask your spouse or anyone that you're close to, and ask them what they see that are your gifts and what they think that you're good at. And also you can think about what are the things that people maybe come to you for. Are they asking guidance around specific things? Like if you're really excellent at knitting, are people coming to you and asking you how you can start knitting or improve your knitting skills or whatever? So start thinking about those things. And the second thing was that you need to have people to offer those services or products, to offer your gifts to, essentially. And we already established that we all have people in our lives. And you just need to start to look at people differently and start to see that there are potentially people that want exactly what you have to offer. And you're not going to know that unless you do number 3, which is courageously share about your services, share about your gifts, share about the new passion project. Maybe you want to start coaching people. So share about that to people. Say that you are starting this coaching business and you're really excited to help people with X, Y, and Z. And who knows who's going to be like, well, that's exactly what I want and that's exactly what I need. And so the third thing was that you need to have the courage to do so. And I know that you have courage. And the question is, do you know that? And if you don't, if you feel like you don't have the courage or you're lacking courage, then I invite you to question those beliefs that are having you believe into the lie that you don't have courage or that you're not a courageous person. Deep down underneath all the limiting beliefs or all the fears and limitations and conditioning that you've learned throughout your life, underneath all those things, you are profoundly courageous and you know that you can do this. So, if needed, question those beliefs and start to see through the lies that they are. And if you found this video valuable, if you found it inspiring, if it gave you even a little spark of inspiration or courage or something to think about, and maybe it can help you move a little step closer to that dream of making money doing something that you love, then please give it a thumbs up. Show your love in that way. And also remember to subscribe to this channel so that you will always be notified when a new video is released. And I'm so grateful that you're here. I hope this was valuable. And if there's any topics that you want me to cover, that you want us to discuss around the themes of spiritual entrepreneurship, anything and everything related to it, please do let me know. Maybe leave a comment below, and who knows, perhaps I will create a video on any of the topics that you guys are hoping for. So thank you again for being here, and I hope to see you on the next video. I'm sending you so much love.